We feel pretty prepared right now. We've been able to go over to the Dome for our practices, and we've been having really good hitting practices and pitching practices here in the gym. And I think having the Dome is an advantage that we have that a lot of teams don't. So I feel like we feel extra prepared right now.
We're more than ready. I mean, it's tough, like being Northeast baseball, you can't really get outside. But as in terms of the mental aspects, we really, we've been talking about it. We want to get the job done, and we're ready to go, honestly.
I would say we're taking the appropriate steps. I think last year, looking at that season was a difficult thing for our team, but along with that kind of adversity, you can't help but learn on how to do things a little bit better. I think our players felt that way and have made improvements, and so has our coaching staff.
So far, I mean, it's a totally different field than the past 2 years. I mean, this is my third year here, and I mean, we haven't had success in the past 2 years, but definitely this year is a completely different field with the guys. We have a smaller team this year, but I mean, our team chemistry is pretty good, and then just see what happens. I think maybe just having a smaller roster this year might be a little bit tricky, but I mean, we definitely have the talent on here and pretty deep depth charts.
We've taken on the idea of, or the mentality of getting the job done. And there's no doubt that we want to win games, but if we get each little job one by one taken care of, that will lead to wins. So the objective is get the job done. Anytime you're trying to overcome adversity, such as a season like last year, it could be tough if you struggle a little bit early, and that could be an obstacle. But as long as we overcome any of those little obstacles, then I think we'll be primed to have a pretty good season.
Instead of like thinking about winning and the games ahead, so if we can get the job done every game, then the wins will follow.
I'm really interested to see how the pitching responds. We have some position players, Chris Baltera, Andrew DiNardo, Anthony Diana, older guys that we expect to be in the middle of our lineup and do well as hitters, but pitching really needs to step up. And guys like Christian Huertas and Connor Donachie and those guys that we expect to make some pretty big jumps. And if we're going to win some games this year, our pitching is going to have to shoulder some of the load. Well, we have 3 freshmen, 2 guys, Ryan Frost and Danny Campbell, who will be playing in the infield primarily, and Justin Stibel, who will be a nice arm coming out of the bullpen. So there aren't too many new guys, but the older guys and our younger guys seem to be getting along really well.
The older guys are great to all of us. We have a good balance of experience, and I think the older guys really have been mentors for me especially, and the other 2 freshmen. We get along well, so it's a good transition so far.
I feel fortunate to be here, fortunate to be able to work with these guys day in and day out. They're really a great group of guys, and I'm not sure I could be at a better place.